So you talked about the importance of data science in analyzing genomes and understanding what's to come. And then you also talked about lifestyle choices and looking at different omics like genomics and proteomics and even phonomics and physiology. So in your view, how would you see critical aspects of incorporating different types of omics in understanding basic physiology that relate to health?
Yeah, so there are probably a lot of different ways I could answer this. I mean, I wouldn't just limit it to omics. I mean, I wouldn't just limit it to genomics and proteomics. I mean, I would just sort of, I would probably cast it as there's going to be all different kinds of data that that will be generated or are available. I would throw in there electronic health record data, which isn't even research data, but it's incredibly valuable for research. Genomic data, as better technologies come for measuring proteins, it'll be proteomics, and then metabolomics, and then glycomics, and blah, blah, blah. And as Fitbits become embedded devices, we will have EKGs of people 724, 365. We'll have all sorts of, there'll just be immense amounts of data. I could just sort of stop at any one of these things and just think about how much better it is to have more data than a single clinical measurement of your blood pressure when you go see your physician. If you think about all that data and all these things, it becomes a data science challenge. I think it's the reason why I think the next speaker in this series is Patty Brennan, who's the director of the National Library of Medicine, and I'm sure she'll be talking about data science because it's a big part of what she and her institute, it's called the National Library of Medicine, responsible for. Underlying all of this is I think your generation will absolutely do scientific inquiry in a very different way than my generation did. I think I've seen some of this transition. Even when I had my lab, I saw the transition where all of a sudden everybody early on was working at the bench and pipetting. And then that was like the 1990s. And then by the beginning of 2000, they were all at the computer. And even the way we wanted to design labs here at NIH has changed. And I think there are going to be significant numbers of brilliant scientists in your generation that will never touch a pipettement, that I think will really be analyzing all of these data because generating the data is going to turn out to be very easy. And we're working really hard to make sure all this data is shareable so everybody can access it. So I just think that's the most, some of these incredibly exciting opportunities. It's just a very different way of doing research. It won't be for everybody. I don't mean to imply nobody will be pipetting, but I just think the center of gravity will be more on data analysis than data generation.